Ladies and gentlemen, Jaguar fans from wherever you are watching, welcome to another weekend of the Augusta University Esports broadcast. I will be your host today, Noah Bowers, and we have an exciting one today. It is the last chance qualifiers for the Octane Collegiate Series here for Apex Legends. We unfortunately did not get enough points across Stage 1 and Stage 2 with our roster to qualify for champs, but they have this cool mini stage called the Last Chance Qualifier that we can compete in for a spot at champs, and it's going to take a lot. We have to make it all the way to finals, meaning we'll have to finish top 10 today, finish top 10 tomorrow, and then compete for the top 2 spots in the finals. Only the top 2 make it, first or second place after 6 games. So we'll have to complete that in order to secure a spot in the Octane Collegiate Championships. It's going to be close. It's going to be tough. And without further ado, let's hop right in to game 1. This will be the Octane Collegiate scoreboard that we will see after every game. Make sure you guys are up to date with what is going on in the match. But without further ado, we are going to go
Optics here. Mid-range. Evo harvesters are now available.
peep the new overlay we got up at the top of your screen. That should make it a little bit easier to know who we are watching and what game we are on. This is currently game 1 of the Octane Collegiate Last Chance Qualifiers. Just a reminder, we do have a 5-minute delay on, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult for me to keep track of the chat as opposed to some of our other matches, but regardless, we will do our best to keep things nice and interactive here. Super exciting stuff. There's a lot has changed since we last saw Apex Legends. Let me turn the game down for you guys. We have a new update that is completely reworked, not completely reworked, but buffed the skirmisher class heavily. So Alter might see a lot of usage as well. Her abilities got severely increased. Really massive boost to their portal placement distance and length and the bonuses that they get for using them. So Alter might be a very significant legend to be used. We're also on a different map, as you can tell. So we have added new maps into the ranked map pool in competitive Apex, preparing for the next season of ALGS. Some changes have been made, so very exciting stuff to see here. In terms of weapon meta, not much has changed. All the SMGs got one more bullet in all of their mags. The hop-ups did change, though, so the P20s and the Volts now have the Evo hop-up that gives you faster Evo level up and ult charge, so that is probably going to make them very apparent in the meta. So you'll be seeing a lot more Volts, a lot more P20s. Ashe is still very popular. We have not started implementing legend bans. You may have seen that already in some of the ALGS scrims as well. It will be happening during the finals of Last Chance Qualifier, if I'm not mistaken, as well as, obviously, Octane Collegiate Champs.
I'm going there.
But yes, we are on Broken Moon. New map, never seen before this season. Obviously, if you played Apex, where you have. And let's take a look at some of the neighbors. It looks like we are on a collision course here for UT Tyler. This is a roster that we are very familiar with, one of the more aggressive rosters in the lobby, and this is going to be a very interesting lobby to take place because everybody here is fighting for a spot at champs. You want those last 2 spots, you want top 10 finishes. The stakes cannot be higher. I mean, it just can't. If you lose, your season's over. If not, you have a chance of potentially securing a spot at champs. And that's where everybody wants to play.
That location interests me. Optics here. Close range.
does look like we've just gone behind UT Tyler. I don't know if anybody from Augusta has spotted them here. They're on the rotation.
We'll be well positioned. Evo Harvester here.
360 going for the Evo Harvester, excuse me, while the rest of AU is trying to rotate into zone. And it does look like we're going to have a pull somewhere towards Terraformer or even Atmos. So we are already in a potentially good spot in terms of how fast we are rotating to zone, but we haven't found a location yet that we really like. UCSD Navy is going to actually be the first team eliminated by UNCW there in the kill feed. And then a third party immediately coming in. UNCW already has some members going down. And they're actually hearing some of these shots. An enemy Void Nexus, so that is the first instance of the Alter Legend that we've seen. It's going to be gaining a lot of popularity here. And they might just take this building. I like this play. If anybody pops through that Nexus in response to them losing a fight or anything like that, they can immediately punish it. So our comp is going to be closer to what we were seeing in our original fights, as we actually see a member of UT Tyler go down. So they are getting charge rifled here. A lot of fighting happening in this southeasternmost corner of the map, as we see RMU potentially rotating towards Augusta University's side of the map. And this is probably because a lot of teams are predicting that the zone is going to be ending in this area. Meanwhile, Augusta University is going to sit pat. We are going to be running with the Catalyst, Newcastle, and Ash composition. This is what we've been most comfortable with throughout the season. It's a little bit slower paced, more conservative. We play zone, we find a spot to hole up in, and we play defensively, try and rack up the placement points. So it's not going to be as aggressive as some of the other team compositions you might be used to seeing. But this is what's been working. This is what's been comfortable. And a lot of these legends, even with the most recent update, didn't get reworked or buffed too much at all. Except for, I think all of them pretty much stay the same. Skirmisher class is the one that really got a huge boost in terms of affecting team movement. And it does look like they are going to spot, what team is this? UCSC Cooked on the rotation there. Toast with the charge rifle, one of our dedicated snipers. We do hear a respawn going in as well. 360 on the roof, doing some reconnaissance as well. Trying to get as much information as they can. As UT Tyler seems to have recovered. UNCW in another fight, as you can see at the top of the kill feed again. Bit of an aggressive lobby so far for how early on it is. Not even ring 3 yet. We already have at least one squad being down and 2 other squads engaged in fights. And it does look like the zone is going to be pulling towards bionomics here. So almost 4, 5, 6 teams have already started to hole up in that area. So AU, while they can probably sit pretty here for the remainder of Ring 2 and all of Ring 3, after that, they're going to have to figure out a spot to move. And it could be detrimental. CU Boulder being eliminated by RMU, the top right of your screen as well. Member of BKN going down as well. As it does look like CSLUA Black have eliminated UCSC Cooked. A lot of abbreviations in the Apex Legends teams. And they could get thirded here from ERAU Esports, a fellow member of the Peach Belt Conference, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. We'll be seeing them at Kennesaw State next week for our PBC Championships, where our varsity of League of Legends and Valorant rosters will be competing for conference championships. Really exciting stuff here at Augusta University. But yeah, they're going to go ahead and start this fight. Meanwhile, 360 could be caught from behind here. He's on this roof, and we have, it looks like Indiana rotating behind them. Yeah, 360 sees all three. He's going to communicate that to the rest of the team, and this could be the first team fight that we have here, as Indiana is trying to rotate back into zone. UNCW gets another kill, or gets another death, excuse me. 360 really doesn't have an angle here, and they're actually shooting UTD Comets here. Toast is actually going to get an insane snipe on that. Huge knockdown from Toast, and he's going to ping that immediately. UTD Comets has a member go down from a phenomenal snipe from Toast Grilled with the charge rifle, punishing and a little bit of an aggressive peek there, as they are trying to gatekeep Indiana from zone. UCF as well. I believe this is UCF Academy. Yes, UCF Knights Academy, who had a really strong semifinals performance. Loop-ins reset. That's going to give us a free Evo charge as well. It's not bad. And Indiana has decided to just stay content, and they're actually not even going to push Terraformer here. Toast sends some warning shots back to UTD Comets. And 360 did get tagged up a little bit, I believe. They were able to get the res, so they are full thing. But here we go. Bowser's team is actually getting third-partied here. We'll switch on over. Through the Lifeline ultimate, he's going to have to back away from that. I'm trying to figure out what team this is. This is CSU LA Black, actually. There we see the altar portal coming in, and he's going to rotate with his team a little bit late, and he's going to be completely caught off guard. CSU LA should be wiped here, and they will be, as UTD Comets successfully defends their position in Terraformer. Member of NBC goes down at the top of your screen as well. Rapid fire shots with the select fire receiver, not really connecting with anything. Trying to eliminate, and Indiana has not gone away quietly. They're not going to send some pot shots from behind, but 360 says, don't take it. We're going to get caught in between two members here, two teams. We need to just force this rotate, and force that rotate they must. As you see, Bionomics has been completely taken over. All those UNCW Ocean eliminated now at the top of your screen. Novi getting a knock. NBC going down again. Newcastle Ultimate will go down, and it looks like they're going to use this little rock formation, the terrain, as their defensive position. Nice arc snare. Nades are going to go flying from 360. Huge! Good nade from 360. 86 damage on, I think, two members, as they have to hide behind the crafter to try and force that reset. And here is Indiana there on their left. They need to be careful here. Oh, the portal goes out. And I don't know if that was intentional. That might have been a misclick there from 360. Hopefully that doesn't come to bite them here. Yeah, they're sandwiched between UTD Comets and Indiana here. They're able to do a ton of damage onto the UTD Comets with the nades. So they need to be careful here. Toast watching their back. 360 trying to get some type of KP from that fight. UCF Knights Academy go down. ERAU down. Maverick Apex Purple eliminated. 3 teams in quick succession now, as we are in the top 10 squads remaining here in game 1. In the trees, 360 sends some warning shots. And here we might see a rotate coming through now. Toast getting tagged up a little bit here. 360 trying to find an off angle. Nades come in. That was a good one. It didn't connect though. Rolled a little bit off the terrain there and was able to bounce away harmlessly. And there we go. Toast goes down. Huge knock there from Cypher. And the res is actually immediately going to come through. Huge res to get the Newcastle up. The P20 spam comes through And 360 wants the KP. That's a full wipe. Indiana eliminated. 360 gets the shield swap, and they need to get out of there fast, as the UTD Comets have been shooting at them this entire time. Oh, and Wi-Fi is going to go down, but the Newcastle should be able to get the res. Toast Grilled gets the reset here. 360. They're going to go down again. Portal comes through, and Toast is going to be able to get out. Not sure if anybody else is going to be able to get survived here. Is Wi-Fi going to be able to... No, has dropped down. Oh, J-Hoop actually knocks Toast mid-ultimate. He must have been really low. They are able to get into final zone here, as we see the top 8 squads are now fighting. 360 is just going to have to hope that other squads will provide covering fire here. FSU Garnet eliminated. He is able to get the bat off. It's probably going to have to be a solo here. He's going to have to leave Toast for dead because there's just not enough coverage there. As we see, UT Tyler is actually a duo here in this final zone. Sheila comes out, and 360 is caught between the last 5 remaining squads here. UT Tyler knows he's a solo and might push this. UTD Comets eliminated. Kill leader swaps back and forth as members go down. And now we have the Rat, as AU has entered top 5 here in game 1. Not too many kills. I think only 3 total. But 360 will have to be as quiet as possible. And he's still not in zone. We could have a member of RIT running close to him. Don't know if he'll notice him. And I also don't know if 360 is going to even try and risk getting that KP. 360 on the move. He made a lot of noise there. I wouldn't be surprised if RAT tries to push this now, as the slaughter has finally settled down. Ring 5 will start moving in 10 seconds, though, and that's going to force a lot of these engagements. 360 just trying to buy time, hoping to get more KP as other members of universities go down. He uses the gunshot as cover and is actually able to slip underneath UT Tyler. This could be massive. I don't think anybody was able to watch him head over here. More kills go down.
The enemy stands before us.
And he knows there's a squad. And this is actually a completely open side of the map, and he could be able to claim this for himself. This is absolutely massive, as the 4 remaining teams, the 3 other remaining teams, are going to be fighting each other in this final zone, and he's behind an entire enemy team. He could try and get KP here, but I think if he gives away his position too soon, they'll pounce on him. What a beautiful position for 360 to be in right now, as UT Tyler is going to be fighting against RIT in the zone. Mother load comes in. Fuse ult drops down. 1 squad eliminated. That is ultimate high ground there for, as UT Tyler goes down, the solo remains, and RIT Black will be eliminated as the solo from UT Tyler is able to clutch up. This is an insane final circle, as 360 has secured a top 3 placement point for Augusta. And now it's a full 3 stack versus 2 Rat 1s solos, as UT Tyler and Augusta, the solos, will try and play this as quiet as possible to preserve their spot. I have to see, what is UT Tyler's positioning look like? He could start the medkit here. I think he's concerned that he's close enough that if he starts the healing, they'll hear it and they'll just pounce on him. He is in an absolutely horrible spot, but he does. Here comes the medkit now. Full reset could come through. Do they hear this? And nobody knows where 360 is. He has been complete invisible. The ring is actually going to kill him. He didn't rotate fast enough. Medkit didn't come off, and now it's going to be a 1v3. 360 just trying to get some type of KP. He's not going to be able to get it. BU Badgers will secure first place. But Augusta, second place finish as a Rat. You're not going to be mad about that whatsoever. That is phenomenal start here to the last chance qualifiers. I mean, that's just beautiful ratting from Augusta University. 360 doing whatever it takes to try and secure champs. Let's do the match summary here. Yeah, only 3 kills. We only got that 1 squad wipe, but a second place finish there. That's going to make the average placing look phenomenal. And that's pretty much going to be par for the course. But with how defensive and zone minded our team composition is, we're not going to see a lot of like 12 kill games. I say that RIT is actually running the exact same comp and we're able to get phenomenal kills, but they had they were playing more of a zone rotation. I didn't think they had an earlier spot, so they were forced to get into a lot of fights, and they ended up winning a lot of them. So congrats to RIT there. But yeah, that is 3 kills, and the same team comp for BU Badgers as well to get first place. 3 kills from AU to get second place. UT Tyler in third, as the solo was able to get a few kills there at the end. But yeah, it looks like we are going to be doing a new code here soon in a second. So we'll go over here to the overstat link. We'll refresh this for you guys. All right, let's take a look here. And after that game, after second place, that is going to put Augusta University in second place. Or excuse me, fourth place after that second place finish. So fourth place to start game 1. There are going to be 6 games, just like all of the other regular season matchups here. And yeah, not too shabby. 12 points with the second place finish and 3 kills. RIT Black, even though they finished 4th with 12 KP, is definitely going to take it, as nobody else in the lobby was even close. UTD Comet's second most kills, and they only had 7. So impressive stuff from RIT Black, as we see there. Yeah, and a pretty even distribution on the damage and knocks from everybody on that roster. So yeah, they did phenomenal team fights there. 360 obviously going to be in the top 5 for best survival time with that solo play. Beautiful stuff that we see there. Yeah, Indiana, 4th place. But 4th place, not a bad start. In fact, it's probably one of the better starts we've had in the most recent matches. So I'm going to go to a quick intermission as we have a different lobby code, and I'll join that real quick, and then we'll be ready to go. All right, Jaguar fans, we are back. So, game 1, huge success. 2 members of Augusta University unfortunately went down as they were rotating towards final zone, but 360 as a solo was able to secure a second place finish, only 3 kills, but that's good enough to put us in 4th place after game 1. let's get right into game 2, which will still be on Broken Moon, one of the newer maps. So this one I'm not too familiar with the zone pools, but the geography and terrain is very similar to World's Edge. A lot of verticality, a lot of natural rock formations give plenty of cover, especially if you're running Newcastle to drop down some fortifications. Very interesting stuff to see. But without further ado, let's get into game 2 and see if Augusta University can follow up that second place finish with maybe even a dub. Would be a sight to see. As we are now here in game 2. We don't want to be on Indiana. We want to be on
I'm going there. You would be wise
360.
to
We
follow.
are landing at Underpass, so our nearby neighbors are going to be UT Tyler, Varsity, UU White, which I believe is University of Utah, and UWSP, Grenovi, and Lonely, who have been a duo, all stage 2. Impressive stuff that they have made it this far. Grenovi, one of the best slayers we've seen in a lot of our group stages. So
Extended light magazine here.
That location interests me.
apologies for that. Minor technical issue, but we are back, ready to go.
Attention, Evo harvesters are online.
All right, so this is basically a complete opposite zone pool as game 1. Instead of heading towards the southeast towards Bionomics, this is going all the way up to the northwest, probably ending around Core. So that's going to be UTD Comets, Bowser's team, probably in a premium spot in terms of map presence already. We'll have to see how early Augusta wants to start rotating up towards that side of the map. It looks like 360 already got his loadout of choice, the G7 Scout for some long to medium range poke damage, and the P20s with the hop-ups. He's already got a gold mag on it as well. That is massive for that insanely effective close range damage. While they're doing the loading, I'm going to go ahead and turn off that
You would be wise to follow. Leveled up.
that performance display. Not really necessary
I've elevated
there
my
on the stream.
skills. That location interests me. We'll be well positioned there.
So, game 1, not too high octane in terms of
I need a sniper
action,
stock.
but they were able to secure second place. That's great placement points. Really good rotation. They were able to hole up in a building all throughout Ring 2 into Ring 3. So they're playing their team composition very, very effectively, very well, in my opinion. And I think they're going to probably do a similar thing here. Not a lot of rotation has started to happen so far. I mean, round 1 is closing. It does look
Close
like
door there.
AU has discovered at least the presence of Grenovi's team. I don't know if they've actually spotted them, but it looks like
This location interests me.
they want to rotate. I think 360 did spot at least one of the members of Grenovi's duo.
Target acquired. There.
Yep, they see him on the ring, and they're going to go ahead and start firing some shots. I don't know if Augusta knows this squad is already a duo. If they do, they might be really aggressive to try and get this KP.
Targeted that spot.
Force a 3v2. Lonely is actually able to use the Ashe ult and rotate out. But Grenovi hasn't made it to the portal yet. Shot's a little shaky there from 360, and he is able to get the rotation off. But these shots have basically lit the lighthouse for these other squads up here in the northwest. This is Indiana again. And UCSD Cooked have heard the shots and want the third party.
Assume you are dead. Optics here. Mid-range. An upgrade has been selected. Excellent. I am at max level.
Indiana is actually going to take this this evac tower. 360 sends some shots over towards UCSD. UCSC cooked. Gosh, that team name's going to trip me up all day. UTD comments as well. Might be on a collision course for them. And it does look like they have spotted them. Here we go. Probably the first team fight we have here in the map. Only white Evo here, so they are really not in a position to fight this, and they're actually going to get caught out here. 360 is actually taking some shots, and they want to third party this. And they have a significant shield advantage here. 360 already on purple, and Toast and Wi-Fi on blue.
I'm going there.
I love the aggression here. They are playing with some confidence as UTD Comets are trying to get the KP. They're able to get the knock on one member of UCSC, and the rest were able to leave. But now they're in a fight with Grenovi's squad. UNCW also getting some kills with the Fuse ult in the kill feed. Grenovi and Lonely now losing this fight, but 360 needs to be careful here. They are about to get caught out by ERAU, our fellow Peach Bowl Conference member. Yep, and they have spotted them. 360 sees the fights, and they may have been a little aggressive here because now they're caught out in the open, and Toast is going to go down here. Toast somehow stays alive, uses the Newcastle ultimate to reposition and get a full reset here. But that was very, very close call from Augusta University, and they really didn't commit on any of these third parties. They were kind of just waiting out here in the open. Because of that, that left them really vulnerable. So no points were allowed, left them vulnerable, and now they're in a position where a lot of teams could find them on their rotation here to this northwest zone. Sorry about that.
Ring console here.
They do have ring console here. The only members that could be fighting them is going to be CU Boulder, and it looks like they did just take a pot shot at AU. I don't think it connected. FSU Garnet going down, but a charge rifle with a 4-10 digital threat. I mean, CU Boulder has eyes on Augusta University this whole way through. A lot of loot being acquired here at this location. Left over from UTD Comets. And here we go. They have started their rotation back. They know CU Boulder's behind them, so they need to be careful here. RIT Black, who's one of the top 3 members, gets eliminated from UT Tyler. UT Tyler getting the revenge, as RIT was the one that eliminated UT Tyler solo at the end of that. Nice 3-2-1 shots there. 360 gets the kill onto Grenovi. And they're going to push this now. They need to be careful. CU Boulder could get aggressive and push them from behind, but it doesn't look like they will just yet. More pot shots being taken from 360, and the shots are just not landing us consistently. UWSP does get eliminated as Bowser finishes lonely. So that's 1 KP for Augusta University now. And the rest of the members are now going to take 360's portal.
Targeting that spot.
Interesting rotate here, and this zone has actually taken a complete turn down south. I didn't even notice. It is heading straight for Underpass, which is their initial landing location. So they've given up their map presence from where they dropped, and now they're gonna have to force the rotate there. The ring console giving them a better indication. In fact, if they had just stayed put, obviously that wouldn't have been smart in terms of looting, but if they had stayed put and played super conservative with their team composition, they would have Godspot by now. That's just not how Apex goes sometimes. So now they're going to have to place from behind. Excuse me, I think I have some. Sorry about that. For some reason it turned into windowed mode for a second there. But Augusta University is somehow able to get a rotate here. I think the members of UU White have eyes on. So Toast and Wi-Fi might get caught out of rotation here, and they will. That's exactly what I thought would happen. UU White from the building saw them on the rotation over. And now this team is split up as we rotate into zone.
Moving that way.
They actually are able to get this building for free, as I believe RMU started shooting at UU White from behind, which gave them the pressure that Augusta needed to finally get back together.
We'll be well positioned here. We will hold this spot to our dying.
Oh. And this building has openings here that will leave them basically shooting fish in a barrel
There are enough enemies this
from
way.
UU White.
Move this way.
That's going to waste a lot of their heals if they continue to stay in this spot. But it looks like they're setting up the cat walls. They're setting up the traps. So they want to keep this position here. They believe, they're making the team decision that this building is worth taking those tiny pot shots from UU White in order to secure this spot in zone. We'll have to see if it pays off for them. As we see 15 squads are still up. BU Badgers. The reigning winners from game 1 eliminated by UT Tyler, it looks like. CU Boulder eliminated. ERAU eliminated. As Zone 3 forces more and more of these squads to get close to each other. UNCW getting a knockdown as well. And these choke points that you're seeing here on Broken Moon are just forcing so many of these engagements as we head towards, very similar to World's Edge. Here we go. RMU
There.
looks like they might try and
Would be wise to follow.
push UU White's position here. CSU LA Black taking the zips to try and fast rotate over, and they're actually going to be right behind the remainder of UCS David and UT
Don't let
Tyler.
them slip away.
Don't think they're going to be able to get any kills from this, though.
You would be wise to follow.
UT Tyler playing with a very aggressive comp. I didn't realize this. Alter, Ash, and the Fuse. So a lot of
Closed door.
ability for repositioning,
I hear targets stirring this way.
initiating fights, and just the firepower that Fuse brings. They're looking for some KP for sure. Ooh, snipe rings out. That is going to tag 360. He's going to have to use a shield bat. And they can't afford to waste a lot of their meds here, as we're not even in ring 4 or 5. CSU LA Black eliminated. And this positioning from UU White continuing to be a problem for them. And we do have Maverick Apex getting some kills onto UNCW Ocean here, as they're third partying this fight from UT Tyler and UCSD Navy. Nice snare from 360. Nades are going to ring out as well. Huge nades. Is he going to be able to get the knock? They are. 360 with the frag gets a knock. And are they going to portal onto this? They can't portal through the bars. That's going to slow down their push tremendously. But do they even want to give up the positioning here? They get another arc snare. And this is on UTD Comets. Another shield break, as they are now forced to rotate. Augusta University getting some great damage, but not a lot of KP out of it. Oh, and this is horrific positioning here from UTD Comets. Augusta University can just shoot at them from above unless they're able to rotate out. And they're now stuck under this underpass. And here we go. It looks like UU White's finally going to try and push Augusta University here. Ash and Alter portals come through. Huge snares. P20 damage going crazy. 360 is able to eliminate one. Make that two as both members of Augusta University go down. One gets finished. Oh, the nade does insane work. Is able to get the shield swap. And they are going to go ahead and get the rotate here onto Wi-Fi, the catalyst. Unfortunately, Newcastle Toast gets finished. They are able to survive it. And I do believe UU White does get eliminated. I believe the UTD Comets finally got the kill. Schmalz actually gets a Kraber knock as well in the kill feed. Another top 10 finish. Schmalz finishes the kill on UT Tyler. And now Augusta University could have a prime spot here to third a lot of these fights. Nades are going to come out here from 360. But he needs to be careful. They are still a 2v3 in pretty much all of these fights. Wanted to probably... Knew he could take a little bit more damage before using the shield bat. Wi-Fi is going to be able to reset as well. Crypto EMP comes out, and this is a huge fight versus UCF and UTD Bowser. Mobile Respawn comes out, and we could see the full reset here from Augusta. That would be absolutely massive here in Ring 5. Gold P20s from 360 as well. UTD Comets, Bowser is continuing to go crazy with the slaying, and 360 wants to push this. Huge shots ring out. Is able to do about 110 onto the fuse here. Gets the kill. You see if Knight's eliminated. Shield swap comes through as well. 360 is going to come back. Full reset from Augusta University and more KP as we approach top 7. Insane stuff from Augusta University. Some beautiful resilience, and they're actually going to be able to retake their original building that they had. RMU goes down. UCSC Cooked actually goes down. Surprised they made it that long, as we saw a lot of early fights. And UTD Comets has just been harvesting KP as Bowser has 5 KP, but now they are getting shot from 360. The bane of Comet's existence. The matchup between Bowser and 360 will be a massive one to look at as we look through all 6 games today. And so far, I mean, we have the high ground, and they are stuck out of zone right here. This is going to be huge. And here comes the Ash portals. They're now going to be directly under Augusta as we now enter top 5 again. Back-to-back top 5 finishes from Augusta. UT Tyler eliminated. Top 4 again here for Augusta. Everything past this is just going to be bonus. Shots ring out from these bars as UTD Comets wants to eradicate Augusta University. They need to be careful from the frag. Nobody gets tagged from it. That's huge. Another one comes through. No damage again. So many resources are now being invested from the Comets, and they could be called out from it. They have a good position here behind the RV. Insane nades. The 360 is actually rolling them under the RV. Was able to get a lot of damage there. Almost 2,000 on the game here for 360. And he has been an absolute menace this match. Oh, and it does look like they spot some members above them. Tosa rings out some R9 shots. I can't tell which squad is up top. That is Indiana that is shooting at them from this height. They probably have the best positioning out of all top 4 members here. As we now approach Ring 6. And it does look like the pings come through. Augusta is going to try and take the call. They want to take the RV. UTD Comets on the rotation. It doesn't look like 360 was able to connect onto anybody. Toast and Wi-Fi watching their back. 360 is able to get some pot shots here. I believe this is Indiana that they're looking at. Nades come through from Indiana, and this could be a huge one. 2,000 damage now eclipsed here from 360. And they're actually going to take the high ground here. Nope, he falls. A little bit of a misclick there from 360, but recovers well. As Schmalz is going to go down. Catalyst wall comes out and is going to completely cut off one half of the ring. That is huge ultimate there from Wi-Fi as the P20 shots ring out. Isn't able to get the knock. Movement is insane from 360, but it's not going to be enough as they are going to go down to UT Comets. That's going to be a 4th place finish, and weren't able to get more KP from that as well. Huge shots ring out as UTD Comets. Bowser and Drips are able to get more kills, but it's not going to be enough as Maverick Apex, who bided their time beautifully there in the final ring, are finally able to get the dub. Hectic final ring there. But it's going to be another top 5 finish from Augusta University with about 4 or 5 kills. We'll have to see once we get to the lobby. Beautiful stuff there. And this rivalry in the last chance qualifiers between UTD Comets and Augusta is off to a hot start. Maverick Apex finishing off game 2 there with the dub and 7 kills. Not to be undershadowed by UTD Comets' 13 kill performance for 2nd place. Indiana getting 3rd. Augusta University getting 4th with 5 kills. We love to see that. And UT Tyler right below them in 5th with 8 kills. So, would have liked to see more KP there in that final ring. I think we left a lot of kills on the table there, unfortunately. But that's still back-to-back top 5 finishes from Augusta University. 2nd place, 4th place. That's a great average placing they have so far as we go into game 6. And because of the new update, we are having to go to a new lobby after every match. So you might see a little bit of downtime in between them, but I'll do my best to try and get things going as fast as possible. So while we are doing that, I'll go ahead and head over to the game, and we'll look at the Firefox window here. And we will have to wait for this refresh as I get the next private match loaded up. All right, let's take a look here. Overall placing, Augusta University stays at 4th. Can't be mad about that. 2nd place and a 4th place finish with an average placing of 3. That's best in the lobby after 2 games. Only 8 kills though, and that's where they've really been lacking for most of this semester. 360 at the top of the survival time. Not a surprise to anyone here. Also, top of the damage at the lobby, but Bowser right behind him, and they are going to be fighting neck and neck all series long for the best Slayer in the lobby. Really excited to see who comes out on top of that little mini rivalry there. Obviously, no actual bad blood. We love everybody over there at UTD Comets. And they're actually going to be taking 1st place with how many kills they have and their average placing. Because they finish, what place? 6th place with 7 kills there in game 1. So really, really good stuff to see from there. But yeah, consistent gameplay from the side of Augusta University so far. I'm really excited to see what we can do here in Game 3. I do believe we are going to be switching maps. We will be on Storm Point now, and that's one that we are very familiar with. So we know the POIs. We might be a little quiet here. We know the POIs. We know the rotations a little bit more confidently. But that being said, for the first 2 maps in official play on Broken Moon, Augusta University played that beautifully. Average placing of 3 and, over 4 kills on both of those games, I believe. We are waiting for the lobby to load in. I think we're waiting for some of the teams to finish. So while we wait, actually, no, everybody's in. So match will be starting in about 5 seconds here. Just want to say thank you all for joining me on this beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Augusta. The weather has been great so far. Pollen is out in full swing, so sorry for anybody who has allergies. And thanks for anybody else tuning in from other universities, supporting Collegiate Apex, watching your favorite team in case y'all don't have a broadcast. We appreciate your viewership. Without further ado, let's head into the game. This will be game 3 out of 6, almost halfway there. And we are ready to go. Turn the gain down now that I'm closer to the mic here. Storm Point's one of my favorite to watch as a spectator, one of my least favorite to actually play in as an Apex player. Drop ships coming through.
Location interests me. Mark my next location.
And it looks like we are going to be spawning in Command Center. This was one that we were trying out in scrims here recently. And I think 360 really liked the rotation opportunities that you have outside of this. And the loot distribution is relatively good compared to some other POIs. But yeah, it's pretty much in the top right quadrant of the map, northeast. But it has lanes directly west, directly south, and directly north. Which is really, really good for rotations here. So not surprised that we're able to get this one. I'm sure 360 was happy about that in the POI draft. And who are our neighbors going to be here on Storm Point? We are going to have UWSP, the Grenovian Lonely Duo again. UCF Academy is going to be right behind us in Crescent Falls. And it does look like RMU Colonials will be up to our north. Not to be foreshadowed by Indiana, who was also one of our neighbors in the last map. And UCSC Cooked as well. So a lot of familiar faces. We won't see UT Tyler. They're on the complete opposite side. Same with UTD Comets. They're dropping over at Down Beast. So I think we'll be alternating between Broken Moon and Storm Point. So once we go back to there, we'll get to see that rivalry continue. But good stats so far from Augusta University. 360, top 2 in damage and kills, and the top 1 in survival time. We have a 3rd place average placing after 2 games, and Augusta University has been playing super consistent so far as we go through game 3. They are going to be rotating over here to the zip line, and UCF Academy could be on a collision course for them. We'll have to see if UCF continues up north, and it looks like they are. They're going to fight here on this catapult, depending on who sees who first. And it does look like Augusta University has spotted them. I'm sure UCF has heard them by now. And it doesn't look like they did, as a 104 headshot from 360. The snare isn't going to be able to get there in time, so that Ash is going to be able to dash out of there. But Wi-Fi is able to spot some more here in this bottom thing. This bottom building. And it does look like they have a pretty good rotation here initially. So we do have a little bit of lag happening. Apologies. Looks like we're back. Yeah, and UCF Academy has hold up here. And it does look like a Loba ult has come down. Crypto ult could be in effect here. And 360 is actually not in the building. He's trying to find an off angle here through one of the windows. I don't know if any member of UCF Academy knows where he is. .360 in a pretty aggressive position here is going to get caught out. Shots ring out from the building. And the Crypto Drone is giving them so much utility. Here comes the EMP as well. So UCF is going to go ahead and push this. Ash ult comes through to try to rotate out. But I wouldn't be surprised if UCF gets aggressive here, and they will not. They're going to stay put. And now it's going to be FSU Garnet, who are in their own team fight, who have spotted Augusta University coming in from behind them as they get shot from behind. Augusta is going to have to hope that that team that is farther up north, pressuring FSU, forces them to not look their direction. They actually are going to be able to get a care package shot here as well. This is FSU Garnet versus RMU Colonials. RMU is actually going to be able to get some shots here onto FSU. Bangalore ult comes through as well, but now 360 says, hey, I want my piece of the pie, as they are going to now third party this. Toast Grilled already with purple Evo as well. But here a res coming through, and this is FSU Garnet trying to reset in the building. Absolutely horrific timing. Great KP there for Augusta as they wipe FSU Garnet. Now they're going to set their sights on RMU, who know that Augusta have eliminated their original targets. That's great initial KP there as well. I believe it's only 2 as one member was already killed. Yep, only 2 KP here for Augusta University. RAT Black eliminated early. And that's going to be by the members of ERAU. Interesting.
I'm not gonna let you down.
Moving here. Follow me.
360 gets immediately shot out. And RMU on that shield crack is going to go ahead and push the building. Good arc snare. Peach 1's shots ring out from 360. Isn't going to be enough. Toast is still down low on the first floor. Is able to rotate back up. Good thermite there. And that barrage is going to get immediately eliminated by 360 here. Toast is unfortunately going to go down. Nice win there from 360 with the P20s. As there's only one member of RMU left. Shaky shots initially, but he's able to get the wipe. 360 going absolutely ballistic with the P20s. 4 kills now, over 1,400 damage already, and they are immediately getting third-partied. Toast was able to get reset. Wi-Fi pays the price for it. And this is the duo, so it is going to be a 2v2. This is Grenovi and Lonely. So if there was ever a team to get third party with, already down one member, this would be the one you want if you're Augusta. 360 trying to find any sort of information here. Huge shield craft from 360 as the duo jumps off the building. And they haven't recovered the banner yet. Looks like 360 is going up for that now, and he does get it. So if they have a mobile, they might be able to get the full reset here. I mean, the P20 from that range doing 62 to the head is diabolical work. Good arc snare. Oh, 360 goes down. An insane third party from Colorado, and this could be huge. Res comes in from the Newcastle, but they need to be careful here as Colorado is going to push this building. But Grenovi's duo wants to go in and push this still? I'm not sure what the thought process is here. And they are in the dead center of zone. Augusta has been so consistent with the placement. They have more kills this game, but I would love to see them at least crack the top 10. Going out 15th would be not ideal for the placement points. They are currently sitting in 4th place. Now we only need a top 10 finish to make it to the semifinals. This is the last chance qualifiers quarterfinals. As BU Badgers goes down, eliminated by UNCW. This is Grenovi trying to break some doors without Wi-Fi in as catalyst. It is so much harder to fortify these buildings. And they are caught between CU Boulder and UWSP, a 3 squad and a duo. This is just horrendous. Augusta is praying for another squad to kind of rotate through spiders here and try and make things interesting. And it does look like UWSP. Indiana gets eliminated early there. UU White looks like getting the last kill onto Cyber. That'll shake up the board a little bit as they go 14th here in game 3.
Looks like we got an enemy.
CU is taking some shots over at ERAU. And now they are not sandwiched. So if they are able to get an opening, 360 could use the Ash ultimate and try and portal to a better location. The problem is there's almost no natural cover outside of these two buildings that they're in nearby. It's going to be very interesting to see what they're going to be able to accomplish here. Toast Grilled sends some shots. Gets the shield swap without wasting small heals. Nades are going to come through here. And Colorado playing this Alter Watson Ash combo. So an interesting mix between aggressiveness initiators and defensive-minded controllers. Watson is an interesting pick as we do know that Fuse is going to be a very popular pick in this meta. Grenade spam is definitely apparent. So having the Watson ultimate as a trophy system to eliminate all of those throwables when you're locking down these buildings is a really smart idea.
That location interests me.
It looks like they are figuring out which building they want to go into. The one they're looking at is empty, but Colorado and ERAU are going to have sightlines on it as soon as they try and peek. Shield break actually from pretty long range with the P20. Will that give them enough breathing room? Nades come out on that unprotected door. That's going to blow it open. The 30-30 did get a buff in the most recent patch notes. Huge damage increase. Now over 100 damage with the headshot. 65 to the body like you just saw there versus the other Ash. And 360 continuing to farm that damage number. 1,800 now in game 3, and he was already the damage leader after the first two. .104 to the head. As I was just mentioning, the 30-30 becoming lethal in the hands of 360. Arc Snare is able to get a delayed hit there. That's going to slow them down a little bit. 13 squads remaining. And now it does look like Augusta University is trying to be a little bit sneaky, go through these other buildings. 360 decides it's safe, tells Toast to come on over. 104 and 43. Wasn't able to get the knock near, but that was huge damage. And UTD Comets is actually eliminating Grenovi in the kill feed. There goes the knock. And 360 playing the super aggressive. He wants the kill. Is he going to be able to get it? P20 spam isn't going to be there, and that was super aggressive from 360. I don't think they're going to be able to get the reset here. Somehow they stay alive. And here come the third parties. Toast gets absolutely lasered as he was coming through the door. And here's another squad coming in to finish the job. Snare comes out, and the altar portal comes through as well. Augusta will be eliminated, 12th place. I really don't like that. I don't like that push from 360 there. A little kill hungry there. They could have waited just a little bit longer for these squads that were rotating in as Ring 3 finally closed. And they could have had potential opportunity at more KP or getting out as a duo amidst the fighting and getting more placement points. So, yeah, not really a fan of that one. UU White gets eliminated in the kill feed as well. And it does like UCSC cooked if they are able to get the full reset here, which it looks like they might, will have great positioning here in this building as it is empty. The Colorado CU Boulder is looking tremendous. Look how much heals they have. Full purple across the board. Watson fences and the Void Nexus in case they need to get out. But it does look like UCSD Navy wants to push them.
Deathbox here. I can make use of it.
ERAU eliminated in the kill feed. And we are entering the top 10 now. UCF Knights Academy eliminated. And CU is worried by UNCW here. UNCW Ocean, I would as well, as they have plenty of kills in this lobby so far. That is 9 total for the team as they have won the rotations into zone. Respawn coming in, and this is going to be the full reset from UCSC Cooked. And Bowser's team, UTD Comets, wants to punish that mobile respawn. None of the EVA shots landing, but the double Ash dashes able to give him a little bit of survivability. No member of UTD Comets go down yet. And they are going to be able to eliminate UCSC Cooked and take the armory here. G7 shots ring out here from Bowser, and he passes 1800 damage as well. CU Boulder actually goes down. They get sandwiched between UNCW. Huge shots from Bowser, cracking a ton of shields, and the Newcastle actually goes down as UNCW combines for some shots here. UNCW just with sightlines on almost all of these teams here in this final zone. UWSP, the duo, finally going down. A ballistic Ash Alter team composition here from UNCW, probably the most aggressive you could ask for. So no surprise they're able to be racking up this KP, and they get a top 5 finish out of it as well. Uses the ballistic ultimate for the fully modified, revved up Rampage LMG to finish off more kills. Top 3 now is Maverick Apex, another great game from them, get eliminated. UCSD Navy now eliminated. And it's going to be a top 3 between UT Tyler, UTD Comets, and UNCW Ocean. 3 heavy hitters here in Game 3 to finish things off. And UT Tyler in probably the worst positioning here. Kraber comes out, isn't going to use it, decides to stick to the P20s. Nice shots from Drips. Teammate Bowser going to be able to finish the job. Jexel on the flank. And one member of UT Tyler is still alive. Bowser finally able to get the kill. But now UNCW Ocean will be in prime position to third party this and kill UTD Comets. But they aren't pushing just yet, and this could give UTD Comets time to reset, and they don't even really need to reset. 2 reds. Make that 3 reds for now. That's a huge shot onto the Ash. I believe one member of UTD Comets was able to hit a Kraber shot. Yes, he was. That's what broke the shield. This is going to be a good old-fashioned slugfest here, 3v3. As Drips has 7 kills and 1800 damage. The damage numbers from this game here on Stormpoint are going to be massive compared to the first 2 games on Broken Moon. Here comes the Ash ultimate, and Bowser was somehow able to get the first knock. Good EVA shots coming in. And the EVA spam is too much. Drips gets another kill for his total. Jexel isn't able to win the 1v1 on the roof. But Bowser and Drips said, no problem, we'll take it from here. Dominant Game 3 win there from UTD Comets. And they have asserted themselves in the rivalry versus Augusta University and take the top Slayer position with authority. The current first place is going to keep their lead growing as they absolutely dominated that game. take a look at the final numbers here. Insane. Both of the top 2 members had 17 kills. Are you kidding me? Nobody else even had more than 3 except for us, Augusta at 5. But we went out very early at 12. UTD Comets and UNCW went on a warpath, eliminating a combined 34 kills. I mean, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. 34 kills between 2 teams. An absolute slaughterfest. GG's to them. UT Tyler with a 2nd place. UCSD Navy and Maverick follows up their win with a top 5 finish as well. But yeah, none of the KP was there as UTD Comets and UNCW Ocean. That's going to propel UNCW up the standings. As we will leave that match and head to the next one, back onto Broken Moon. Here we go. But first, we'll take a look at the overstat, see where things shake up now. So with that unfortunate placement, even though we got some decent KP, that kind of staved off the bleeding just a little bit. So Augusta University will finish in 5th after 3 games. Not too bad. Maverick Apex is going to be right above us on 4th. UNCW with a huge jump up. A 26-point game 3 to bring them up into 3rd place. UT Tyler consistently there at 2nd, and UTD Comets now having basically a 30-point lead in front of the rest of the lobby in 1st place. But Augusta University is only 5-6 points away from top 2 finish here. I don't think, unless they have like a 20+ point game like UTD Comets did, they could definitely shoot for an overall 2nd place finish here. But they need to keep their foot on the gas, as the distance between them and top 10 is only about 20 points, and that could change very quickly with, like we saw, a game like UNCW Ocean just had. 360 still in the top 2 in damage, top 3 in kills as well, but no longer in the best survival time as they got eliminated very, very early in that initial game. Without further ado, let's hop into game 3. No rest for the wicked here, as we are pushing these out fast. Game 4 now underway. Augusta University currently in 5th place. They need to finish above top 10 if they want to continue their run here in the last chance qualifiers. And while they loot up here, I'm just going to put this on the on 360's POV. I have to take a quick break real quick, but I'll be right back while they loot up here on Stormpoint in Command Center. Hopefully there shouldn't be too much action that I missed, but I'll be right back. It'll be like 2 minutes.
I'm going there. You would be wise to follow.
Attention, Evo Harvest
harvesters are online. That location interests me. We'll be well positioned there.
Shotgun bolt here. Level 2.
Evo harvester here.
All right, apologies for that, but I'm back, ready to go, and let's talk about kind of the outcome of that game 3 there. It looks like 360 wanted to play that a little bit more aggressive, and I guess just wasn't very confident in their positioning going into those final few rings. But getting the knock, even though while you're a duo, and then pushing that in a building where you knew there was a Watson, so you know throwables, like grenades weren't going to be able to help you. You knew the fences were going to prohibit your movement into that building. It just, in my opinion, not a very smart push, and they got punished for it, for being over-aggressive, especially when you were a man down. So I think they just need to stick to their game. What they did so consistently in Game 1 and Game 2 was getting those early rotates, playing Ring 2 and Ring 3 very conservatively, holding up in a building and defending your position. And then once those final, like, Ring 4, Ring 5 come in and a lot of those fights start happening, then you can start third-partying, getting that damage, getting those KPs when you can, or wiping a squad whenever they try and push you for your final position. So hopefully we get back to that recipe, get back to that formula, because that's what this composition excels at. That's what we've been most consistent and successful in. We're not going to be kill hungry like UNCW and UTD Comets. We just don't have, our players are not geared that way, except maybe 360, who can, eliminate anything that moves. And it does, well, I don't understand what is happening here. They must have gotten so lucky. I mean, Augusta University is completely split apart, and they are now separated by all of Indiana, but I think they just passed each other? I think Augusta just slipped right behind Indiana without them noticing. But Indiana's going to notice that these spiders have already been cleared. And the timing is perfect because 360 is going to walk right behind Indiana, and they're not going to know he was there either. That is some wild work. Apex gods apparently in Augusta's favor there, because that would have been a 3v2 instant wipe. But instead, Augusta University is going to be able to loot the remnants of Zeus Station. As this zone does look like it could be pushing towards the north pad or the wall here. And yep, it looks like it will be the wall as Wi-Fi gets the ring scan. Super good knowledge here for Augusta.
Target spotted, far off.
And it does look like 360 has spotted somebody here. UCSD Navy going out early. And who have they spotted? It looks like they've spotted UCSD Cooked. And they now have the low ground versus them as the altar portal, the Void Nex, is able to bring them back to where they wanted. They want to push this because 360 is correctly assuming that this is where the final zone is probably going to end. Newcastle Ultimate goes down, and that's going to be pretty much impossible to push. So now they're in a really bad spot, and Toast is immediately going to get eliminated because of it. Here comes the altar portal. 360 is able to get a kill, but Toast is probably going to get finished here. Wi-Fi goes down as well. 360 gets another... Isn't able to get another knock, and now it's going to be a 1v2. First Thirst goes down. Rez has come through. I think 360 needs to get out of here. Oh, insane movement. Is he going to be able to get... Is he going to be able to get toast grilled up here? UT Tyler might have shots on him from the building.
This fight isn't over. Get up. Enemy at that location. This location interests me.
Can't believe they got the res off, and they spot UT Tyler.
We'll be well positioned.
But now they have to rat as they completely lost that push and are going to be a 2v3 for the rest of the game.
We have an enemy out there.
Yeah, taking shots here is very dangerous. He's lucky that that member of UT Tyler just missed both of those shots. He was right out in the open. If there was any type of sniper or Kraber, he would have been dead. Who is pushing this? This is UCSD cooked. They want to finish the kills. Toast is going to go down again. But with the P20, 360 will single-handedly wipe out Cooked. And here comes UT Tyler to clean it up. This is probably the end. Ash ult comes through, but it's most likely not going to be enough. Toast gets caught behind, tries to shield swap, but the EVA spam is too great. Without the movement from Ash, Newcastle was a sitting duck there. And yeah, that's just unfortunate. If I'm Augusta, I'm absolutely livid that UCSC even pushed that fight. They must have known that there were going to be more teams here that were going to punch that. So not only did they not get the KP because they got 1v3'd by 360, but then they lose all their positioning. They go out in like 17th, and then UT Tyler is able to just get a free third party on that. 360 Augusta knew that they were there, so they were just trying to keep quiet. But now it's going to be a solo 360. Can he pull off similar late game heroics that he did in game 1, which got him all the way to 2nd place? Not sure, as he is on a collision course right now for FSU Garnet, who he actually wiped last match as well. Gets caught out here. I don't think there's any crafter nearby that he could even try and get a reset. Oh, there is, but it's in between all 4 members and in the middle of the final zone. And there's no way he'd even be able to get over there without being seen. Maverick Apex Purple gets eliminated. One of our previous winners. So them going down early is pretty good for Augusta. I think they were in the top 5 with us. I think they were number 4, if I'm not mistaken. So 360 has plenty of resources and is probably going to be able to stay quiet here for a while, as FSU Garnet is now not looking his direction. But he is making his way over there. Final zone is kind of forcing him to give up as much map presence as he can. He's just going to have to hope. Now, wait a minute. Is he doing what I think he's doing? It looks like 360 is going to be tanking this zone damage to try and craft the banners of his squad and get a full reset. He decides against it, rightfully so, and he finds FSU's Void Nexus, I believe. So he knows there's a squad right in front of him. I think he maybe thought about it, but then realized that the zone damage would just be too much. So he called that off pretty quickly. As he should. That would have been a lot of damage. The duo, UWSP, gets eliminated. Grenoble goes down. UNCW getting some more kills in the kill feed as well. UNCW Ocean, who had the monster game 3 last game, 17 kills with a second place finish. It looks like we have a fight here. UT Tyler is going to be pushed by UCF Knights Academy. 360 knows FSU is here.
Follow me.
I think he hears them, so he needs to be careful. He needs to not sprint, not make any noise, because they're going to immediately pounce on him as soon as he makes himself known.
We'll be well positioned.
And we need more placement points if we want to keep pace with the rest of the lobby. So 360 got spotted out there by UCF Knights Academy. But with some nifty movement and that long range, he was able to successfully rotate into a ratty spot in zone, not take a single bit of damage. Oh, and this could be brutal. FSU. That is so unfortunate. Their Ash Portal put him right in the sights. 360 is just going to have to hope that his Ash Portal is not taken and that nobody saw where he landed. The crypto drone from UCF Academy could give away his position here eventually. UNCW getting more kills. They continue their slaying presence as UNCW Slasher, I believe, is the kill leader yet again. And I can't believe it, but 360 is in a relatively decent spot here for this final zone. I don't know why he's going so close to this building. Crouch walking, they're not going to know he's there, but now if a crypto EMP comes through, he will be affected by it. This rotation here from, who is this? CSU LA Black could spot them out. Indiana goes down as UTD Comets are the ones chasing this final third. Boy Nexus comes out and he's going to be able to get away. 360 though is going to be right behind UTD Comets. He needs to move to a better location so he's not seen by them. Oh my gosh. Everybody hold your breath. Don't make a single noise. Bowser continuing to get kills in the top right. UTD Comets continuing their slaying masterclass here in the last chance qualifiers. UNCW gets another knock as well. CSU LA Black eliminated. At this spot, he is in zone. If you look at the top left of your screen, that little orange diamond underneath the minimap, when it's in that white rectangle, it means you are in the zone. Member of Colorado Boulder goes down, and they will get immediately eliminated as Arctip, which I believe is a member of UTD Comets. And now UTD Comets versus UNCW are fighting. Oh my gosh, and Bowser was able to wipe him. Bowser with the L-Star was able to wipe UNCW Ocean. So the battle between the leading slayers of the entire lobby, the entire series, UTD Comets and UNCW, goes the way of Bowser yet again, who is still the kill leader, 1,500 damage and 7 kills. Insane stuff from UTD Comets. L-Star making its presence known, and 360 continuing his ratting masterclass as we are in well within the top 10. One squad away from becoming top 5, and he is being protected like a parasite by his host, UT Tyler, in this God Spot building. That's going to be a member of UNC. UTD Comets, 2 members down from UU White.
Target there.
And with the nade, they are able to get the finish. So now UTD Comets loses their kill leader and is left with Jexel, their solo. Huge kills there. I guess they were looking for a spot in zone, and UU White punished them. That's great KP for them, as they've had a little bit of an inconsistent showing so far. But now here they are on the cusp of top 5 finish. Oh, and here comes the solo. And Jexel might have the same idea that 360 has. We could have a solo v solo fight here for a ratting spot. And we do. 360 wins it, so he gets another KP, and UTD Comets will be eliminated. But now his position is given away. UT Tyler knows that he is underneath them, and they're going to be looking for this. Catwall comes out. J-Hoop getting more kills as RIT Black, who have had a pretty decent showing so far, make another top 5 appearance. We have 2 solos, as Invicta is the last remaining member of UU White, and 360, the last remaining member of Augusta, continues to hide underneath UT Tyler. And there goes RIT eliminating UU White. RIT with a lot of kills, having a phenomenal game so far here in Game 4. I can't believe he's going to do this. This Game 1, he was able to get 2nd place. Is he going to be able to do the same here? He needs to get real lucky. UCF Knights Academy with their crypto drones still hasn't spotted him, which has probably been his saving grace. All 3 remaining members are 3 stacks. Oh my god. There's no way. Why is he peeking? 360 swivel, you need to stay put. Just wait till zone starts moving. And here we go. This is where the fights are. Oh my. Catwall comes out. Oh. If any one of them turn around to look for a heal, he will be discovered. Oh, he gets shot from behind. UCF Knights Academy are behind him. And he's going to go down immediately as UT Tyler finally finish him off. So that's a 4th place finish there for 360 as a solo. Nicely done. Here comes the Crypto EMP from UCF. He's able to do some damage. Not really going to be enough to do anything as UT Tyler, who had the great positioning for so long, gets the first knock. Disoriented on the Ash is doing some great damage, but loses that fight versus the Newcastle. The emoji username is finally able to get the kill, but RIT Black with a huge Game 4. That is going to skyrocket them up the standings, as they had a lot of team kills in that 1st place finish. They played that last ring basically to perfection. 360 pretty much did all he could. It was unfortunate that UCF pushed a little late behind him and caught him out. But still, nicely done. That's still good average placing for Augusta. That should keep him on pace there in the top 5, as 360 finished with, I believe, 4 kills and a 4th place finish. Let's take a look here. 4th place with 4 kills. UCF actually was able to get top 3, but no KP. RIT, huge game. That's over a 20-point game. I think it's going to be 25 points, as they had 13 kills with the 1st place finish. Nicely done from them. UNCW Ocean continuing their slaying masterclass. 10 kills with a top 10 finish. And UTD Comets as well. 9 kills, 6th place. So we have some aggressive teams in this lobby, that is for sure. Go ahead and take a look at the Let's, excuse me, sorry, I was leaving the custom match. So let's refresh here the over stats. We can see where exactly that puts Augusta University after 4 games. And server. Okay. So RIT Black had a huge game 4 there. Let's see where that puts them. And wow, with that, oh, excuse me, not that one. Whoops. Womp, womp. With that, chat, RIT jumps all the way ahead of Augusta University in 4th place. Huge, as they now have 25 kills, an average placing of 9.8, 42 total points. But Augusta University right behind them with 37. They only have 17 kills, so if they are able to get a little bit more KP in these matches, their average placing has them so far up. But UTD Comets is absolutely running away with this last chance qualifier lobby. I mean, what is that? 73 points, 46 kills, 46, 3.8 average placing. That's ridiculous. UT Tyler as well with 3.3 average placing. You can tell that those two members are far and away the favorites to get the last 2 auto qualification spots, at least from this group that we're seeing. Insane stuff from them. But Augusta University with an average placing of 5.5. They're the 3rd best in the lobby when it comes to survival time. 360, the Rat King. Putting in work. Without further ado, we are still waiting for everybody to log in. This is because this is going to be a new map here going into game 5. We are entering into E District for the first time. So just like we had Broken Moon games 1 and games 2, game 5 will introduce E District. This is a very close range map, tons of buildings, almost no open space. It should have a lot of fighting for those teams like UNCW Ocean and UTD Comets, UT Tyler as well, with some huge kill potential here going into this lobby. Can Augusta University do enough to stay competitive? They have been top 5 now after 4 games. That is relatively consistent. That's really, really good Apex. Can they keep it up? Remember, all we need is a top 10 here in the quarterfinals. Top 10. Once we make it all the way to the finals is when we need to finish top 2. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Game 5 on the way. First time I've seen E District as a spectator. I've played it only a couple times, so I'm curious to see what we are able to get from Augusta University here. Game a little, it was a little quiet. If we can get all 3 members alive there in the final ring, we could have a shot at potentially getting that 1st or 2nd place finish again and propel us up to the top 3 here in the lobby. Top 2 is pretty much unguardable now. Oh, it looks like we had a match and we might have had a drop placement miss input there. So give us 1 sec while we sort out the POI draft and get people to where they need to be. We'll be right back after this. All right, so that was the first little hiccup we had so far of the day. So that's pretty good so far here in game 5. Um, it looks like one of the members of another university's team crashed, but they are logged back in. We are good to go. E-District Game 5 underway. Reminder for those maybe just tuning in, Augusta University is currently in 5th place. They have had a pretty consistent game in terms of placing. Not too many kills, though. So a lot of the teams above them in the top 5 have had massive games where they, 20-plus point games where they get first place and 10-plus kills. It's going to be tough to compete with that, but all we need is a top 10 finish to go on to the semifinals of the last chance qualifiers. As I was explaining the situation, it does look like we had another match reset. We were loading in on the dropships as I was talking, and it got ended again. So I'm going to go to another quick intermission, see if I can get some clarification on what's going on, make sure everybody's all set, and then we'll be right back with Game 5. Chat, you're not going to believe it. It was actually 360 Swivel, who had apparently some type of power outage or issue over at his home setup that caused him to disconnect from the game. So it was Augusta University's fault that we had to reset that match. Apologies. But without further ado, we are ready to go. Third time's a charm. Game 5. 5th place, Augusta University just needs to hit top 10. That will allow us to compete in the semifinals of the last chance qualifiers next week on Saturday. Unfortunately, just by the way, I won't be able to stream that because we'll be competing in the Peach Belt Conference Championships that Saturday for League of Legends and Varsity over at Kennesaw State LAN event. I'll be there with our varsity teams posting clips and stuff on the social media for you guys to tune in. Without further ado, hopefully, no more delays. Please, let's get into match 5. things are looking good. Here we are on E District. Augusta University is dropping Street Market, and like I said, this is a very, very small map, so close range engagements, almost everything is basically indoors. Altar, would not be surprised if it's a very popular pick. Let's take a look actually. Yeah, Altar is in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 8 of the 18 squads here, it looks like they have an Altar to make use of those void and portal abilities through walls and ceilings. Should be really, really useful in initiating fights and rotating out whenever you have a catalyst. So, curious to see Toast has actually switched off the Newcastle and is going to be using now the Rampart. So maybe some more damage, more Sheila coming out on the side of Toast Grilled. Also potentially more cover. It might be easier just to put up those mobile walls that also amp damage as opposed to flying around and dropping in the Newcastle wall when there's already so much enclosed space
Shotgun bolt here. Level
on
2.
E District.
Sniper stock here. Level 2.
Yeah, I could use that. Evac tower here.
Nearby neighbors, we have UU White. We have
Well positioned there.
Maverick Apex Purple, who have had a decent showing. UTD Comets, one of the leading slayers in the current first place in the lobby, doubling the closest person's points, except maybe UT Tyler, if I remember correctly.
I'm going there.
And we are having a upwards rotation. Now, the zone pulls here at E District are going to be a little bit more harder to predict, in my opinion, because normally you'll see a zone like this and it'll kind of rotate in, and it'll keep going towards like maybe what we're seeing there. Oh, excuse me. But because of how small E District is, this will actually bounce from like all the way here at the east to back towards the west to south. It'll bounce around and around in this final zone before finally rotating instead of kind of following a set pattern. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to see how teams adjust to those early rotations. As we see, Augusta University is going to try and go in through to Rapt Point after UU White has picked it clean. Some clean looting here, and pretty much nobody is even contesting Augusta University as we start to see the remainder of the lobby
Sweeping that
make their
location
way
feed.
over to where that zone is going to be. UT Tyler could be a squad to watch, as they will be on our right side as we head in towards this final zone.
Death box there.
CU Boulder are going to be the first team eliminated. It does look like RMU Colonials were the ones able to get all 3 of those kills.
Ooh, dip.
Indiana out early as well. Indiana has had a pretty rough showing here so far in the last chance
Location
qualifiers.
interests me. Extended light magazine
I'll
here.
take it, mate.
Some good loot coming in.
Open supply bin there.
On the side of Augusta University, as they have been able to go all the way through the center of the map basically for free, as the rest of the lobby has kind of decided to stick towards the end. And what a kill house is RMU's building turning into. Maverick Apex looking to try and third, RMU said, nah, we'll take our KP and our positioning too. Nice shots with the 30-30. Broke the shield onto the Catalyst. Interesting comp here from RMU. Crypto, Ash, and the Mirage. Love the Mirage pick. Interesting support character. Oh, and it looks like an off angle has been taken by 360 here. Toast Grilled, also known to potentially use the sniper, is actually going to be using the G7 in the car here this time around. Oh, huge 110 headshot onto the Mirage. We were just spectating. 360 getting some nice damage there. As I'm not sure why the UI is showing
Let's regroup here.
them having purple. Oh, because they're controllers in the most recent final zone. Duh. That's why it looks like they have purple shields. They're setting up pretty beautifully here. This is kind of the dead center of that zone ring that they were able to get. Reminder, those purple circles are going to be the altar ranges. UNCW getting another kill onto UT Tyler. UT Tyler, he gets a knock in response. Where is that happening? That's happening right here. This is a huge fight. UT Tyler currently second place and UNCW in the top 5. Oh, the shot's just barely going over. That fuse ult's going to go right on top of UT Tyler, but they are able to get out of it. Movement a little scuffed there, but they are able to recover. They actually get the mobile respawn as well, so UT Tyler's going to get a full reset. But who is this? Is this RIT Black? The most previous winners of the lobby tried to third this, and they are going to get punished for it. UNCW hopping on this free KP. Here we go. C3 Freaky with 2 kills already, trying to keep the dominance going. P20 spam is too much though, as UT Tyler gets more kills. Nice flatline. Shield swap comes in from Slasher. Oh, the altar portal could be a nice flank. P20 spam is huge. As Slasher gets another kill, but it's not going to be enough. UWSP, the duo, and UNCW finally go down. As UT Tyler win that battle versus UNCW Ocean. That's going to be huge for the standings as they try and cement their second place finish even further. .360 sending some shots with the charge rifle in. And who is this team? FSU Garnet. Another team being caught on rotation here. And this is more similar to what we saw in Game 1 and Game 2 from Augusta University, where we got the early zone rotation. We were able to set up in a building that we liked, defend it well, and not get caught out, get split like we did on those other games. So we probably won't have to solo here going into Ring 3. We don't have to do as much ratting. We are going to be able to play together as a team. And RIT is getting more kills onto UT Tyler. We'll switch over this. The Void Nex is able to bring, and what are they playing? Are they playing Ash, Altar, and Revenant? Revenant will get res as the Void Nexus allowed them to get out of harm's way. But that's a very aggressive comp here from UT Tyler. And RIT have actually decided they want no part of that fight. They are rotating all the way through zone to try and get out of the line of sight. But UT Tyler have read this. There's only one way for them to go around the building. And UT Tyler says, that's fine. We'll take the long way around. Looks like they might be getting third-partied here. And RIT somehow are able to get away through the tunnel. All 3 members are alive, and UT Tyler are still trying to push this. Looks like more poke damage. UCF Knights Academy go down to the ring. Looks like they are being rotated in from the north here. Yeah, and I don't think they're going to have enough time. No heals on the side of the Ash as well. Is the dash going to be enough? It is! Huge clutch there. Loot bin's reset, so he should be able to get some heals. Or heals, excuse me. Gold armor comes in. Nicely done from Medusa to keep UCF Knights Academy alive, at least for now. Hop back over with UT Tyler. UCF finally turns into a solo. Jonkler's going to take the Void Nexus all the way back. They were just doing some poke damage. But I don't think they're aware that CSU LA Black were trying to get into this building. And so they saw the Void Nexus come in. ERAU eliminated. And UT Tyler is actually going to get a knock on one member of ERAU. Flatline shots a little shaky there initially, but they were able to get the kill. Nice crypt shots from CSU LA Black there. Void Nexus is going to be taken to try and get the res onto the third to get the reset. Nicely done. As this has been happening, Augusta University looks like they do have somebody trying to compete for their building. Yeah, they are on their roof. Not sure how they landed on there initially. But Augusta now are going to have to defend their position here in the center of zone. As UU White gets a knock with the arc snare there in the kill feed. Invicta getting another kill onto Maverick. This is Maverick Apex Purple. .360 is able to get a knock. Gets the instant thirst as well. UU White eliminated. Is able to get a ton of loot from that as well. Here comes the fight. Oh, the positioning is absolutely brutal. .360 is going to get eliminated. Knocked comes through. No Newcastle means this res is going to be a lot slower. Not as much health, but they are able to get him up. Full reset should be able to come through as long as nobody comes in. Oh, and shots through the window. That thermite's going to tick down. Sheila comes out now. We do have a full reset here. I'm trying to see what... I still can't tell what team is directly above them. Skynades come out from 360. Isn't able to get the RMU Colonials get eliminated in the kill feed. They have a Newcastle basically fortified on top of them. Schmalz from Maverick Apex is able to get 2 knocks now onto UT Tyler in the kill feed. UT Tyler will now be eliminated as they get the final kill. Huge team fight win there from Maverick Apex. Skynade comes through, is able to deal a little bit of damage. 360 sends another one out. And they're going to have to rotate here because they don't have high ground. This is going to be really, really tough for Augusta to get out of. They need to hope that another squad hears all of this commotion and maybe send some shots their way on the roof. This is where having an altar to be able to teleport between levels would be really good. And there goes the third party I was mentioning. Snipes coming out from... which squad is that? Looks like Maverick Apex, who just eliminated UT Tyler's, taking shots at the team above Augusta right now as we secure another top 10 finish. Shots come through as they have now hopped off the building here. This is BU Badgers. And Maverick Apex might want to take these kills. As a member of UCSC Cooked goes down, RIT gets a knock as well. Here comes free shots from 360. He is able to get a knock, but it looks like the Newcastle will be able to get the res. Unfortunate. Would have been nice KP. But the Newcastle reset meta is still alive and well as UCSC Cooked will finally be eliminated. Augusta lining up this Ash portal. They need to be careful though as the current kill leaders of the lobby are pushing them. 71 damage with the P20s, but he gives up height. That's going to make him die immediately. Just bad positioning there. Toast getting killed from zone as well. This rotation has been absolutely abysmal. top 8 finish for AU, and I don't think we had any kills as well. So somewhat decent placement points, but no KP. I don't know if it'll be enough to keep our 5th place position here after game 5. So we hop on board with Maverick Apex, who are somehow staying alive. They have so much damage here in this first game. UCF Knights Academy eliminated as Schmalz is now a solo. Is he going to be able to stay alive here? Bobs and weaves, but he is getting third party by RIT, the previous winners. And RIT is actually in a fight versus UTD Comets at the moment. RIT with the Peacekeeper. 1v1ing Bowser, it looks like right here. Bowser gets the finish onto the rest of RIT, and Parsnips isn't trying to use a heal. Just trying to buy time. Full reset coming in from Maverick. Insane survivability so far from this team. Ashel comes out. Or Ash Portal. And they're able to get out of harm's way with it. Nicely done. As UTD Comets is actually a full 3 stack, and they are able to kill the last member. Parsnips RIT, I guess, was just trying to get something from the loot box, but it was not in a safe location, so immediately gives it up. CSU LA Black goes down as well. Top 4 finish now. As Maverick Apex wiped another team inside this building. Their rampage continues as they now have so much map control in this building. Revive is going to come down as well. Basically going to get a full reset as the teams fighting are currently above them. UCSD Navy, this full squad here has the entire northern part of the zone. It is not going to be pulling towards them. It is pulling south. So that means they will have to be on the move. All 3 members of UTD Comets up as well. So this is 4 full squads here in this final zone. Nice nemesis shots from Drips there. Continuing to apply pressure. Arc Snare tags an enemy as well. Nice G7 shots, taking some damage to this Watson team here. And UCSD Navy is just continuing to get harassed. Nice shots from iFloofy. Fuse ult comes down, and the Void Portal is here as well. It does look like, with the Newcastle ultimate, UTD Comets is pushing this. But Drips gets deleted by the other. Huge nade from Jexel. Gets a knock and does insane damage on the other one. That's going to be enough for the squad wipe. It looks like they are going to get a UCSD Navy taken out as UTD Comets continues to reign of terror. And who is this pushing them? This was the other team that was in the same building as UNCW. FSU Garnet, that's who it was, eliminated. Peacekeeper shots are going great. The Catalyst Wall is able to do enough damage. 2 members now up. And UTD Comets with another victory, another dominant win here in Game 5. And they are far and away the best team in the lobby. First place all but secured for them. Another huge game from UTD Comets. 16 kills and a first place finish. Maverick Apex said not so fast though. 8 kills from them and a second place finish. They have been so consistent as well so far this series. Augusta University Was able to get top 10, but only 1 KP. I don't know if that's going to be enough to keep pace, as RIT had 4 kills. CSU LA, 5th place with 6 kills. Nice game from them. UCSD Navy, another consistent finish with 4 kills. And FSU Garnet with probably their best game so far. 3rd place with 3 kills. And with that, we will go ahead and take a look over at the overstat refresh here. And that is going to drop Augusta University down as Maverick Apex continues their climb up the rankings. 6th place now for Augusta University, and the only top 3 finish we've had was the Rat there in game 2. We still have an average placing of 6th, though. That's one of the best in the lobby, and in fact, it's still 3rd best placing, right behind UTD Commons and UT Tyler, as UTD Commons have already passed 100 points in 5 games, average placing of 3.2 and 62 kills. Bowser with 10k damage, 360 with 8k, still in the top 3 for damage and kills, but Bowser and Drips have just gone absolutely nuclear. 360 has also made his way back into the top 5 in survival time as well. Good stuff. Without further ado, we will get us back into the next private match as we go into game 6 with Augusta University in 6th place. They need to be careful here. If they want to finish within the top 10, they need to have another at least top 10 finish with probably around 4 kills. Because the competition is shrinking. All right, so we're now getting all of the members into this game 6. It will be E-District yet again. So when that is underway, we will be right back. We'll go to a quick intermission, and when we're back, we will be in game 6. Final game so far of today, and we will see if Augusta University... It does look like, I mean, our score is 40. We have basically a 20-point gap between us and 10th place. So as long as we don't absolutely crap the bed and we don't have Indiana go absolutely nuclear, we are pretty much guaranteed top 10 finish, and we should be qualifying for semifinals next week, next Saturday. But you still got to play the games. Anything can happen, especially in a battle royale like Apex. Here we go, loading back into game 6 here. Back on E-District, we're going to be landing Street Market here, and we're going to have to see if Augusta University can try and be a little bit more competitive than they were. They played it conservative, which is what they normally do last match, and normally it's worked out for them. But that time around, I think the fact that they had somebody on their roof significantly impacted how willing they were to rotate once that final zone started. Because if they tried to get out of their building, they would have just been shot from above. And with that, that kind of really slowed their momentum, really impacted their decision making, and they weren't able to be as adaptable as they normally are in those last final zones. The average placing has still been there, but the kills just have not gone the way of Augusta University, the way that they need to if they wanted to be, in the top 5 finish. Right now they're looking outside of the top 5, but with a double-digit game here, either a top 10 finish or some good amount of kills, they could be right back into that conversation. currently they are in 6th place.
We'll be well positioned
need
there.
top 10.
B2020 here. Got a hop up here. Boosted loader. Jump tower's here if we want it.
That location interests me. That jump tower could be of use to us. I'm going there. You would be wise to follow.
Rotation coming in here from Augusta University. And they are on a collision course here for UU White here on the right. 360 should spot them. They have the low ground on them, so this is going to be a really tough fight if they do end up discovering each other. As UCSC is going to be able to get a kill in the kill feed, as UT Tyler also gets a kill. And they're actually going to eliminate BU Badgers. First team out here in Game 6. Shots ring out and Toast will be eliminated. Nice G7 shots from Invicta on UU White. R9 shots are going to be good there from 360. He's able to get one. Newcastle comes through and that kind of slows his ability down. He gets a shield crack. Rampart comes in. Wi-Fi goes down as well as 360 was able to get the res, and that is going to be an instant wipe from Augusta University. UU White punishing them on the rotation. And like I said, that was going to be a difficult one. They just didn't have the positioning advantage there. It's just unfortunate that they were rotating at the same time. And now UTD Comets probably wants to get the free KP on the rotation there. And that is tough. It's basically 0 points for Augusta University when they were just on the cusp. Now, like I said, they were pretty much 20 points ahead of anybody near them, below them in the top 10. So, not the end of the world. They should still finish in the top 10, but they could have definitely had a better showing. And here comes UTD Comets here to wipe UU White. Evac tower comes out. So they should be able to get away. Drips is actually going to get a different knock. And the solo is going to be able to get away from UU White. But they're actually going to get caught out by UT Tyler. First and second place is who they're sandwiched in between. Shots ringing out. And will get away barely with their life. But those shots might have shown UTD Comets where UT Tyler are on the map. Wouldn't be surprised if they potentially push that. Huge G7 shots here from Drips. Gets another one. Nice knock. That is UT Tyler. That is a massive knock. The G7 shots were so crisp on that one. Are they going to be able to get the KP from it, though? And, wow, Jonkler said, I can do that, too. 30-30 repeater is able to get the re-knock onto Drips. Nades come through. Eva spam not going to be enough. Bowser, last one left alive here. And UT Tyler responded in full force. And now it's just going to be Bowser. Last remaining member of the current first place, and definitely will finish in first place, UTD Comets.
Moving that way.
UTT Tyler in second place, though. Trying to knock them down a peg. Trying to make the lead between first and second place not as drastic here in Game 6. Full reset coming in here from UTD Comets. And that is... I can't believe that they're going to let them get away with that. Here in Neon Square, nobody's even near them except for UCF Knights Academy. And yeah, that is... I mean, what can you do? First place and you're still letting him get his own. UT Tyler is getting some knocks here onto... Sheila comes through. They're able to bob and weave it. Another knock comes through, and I believe this is UU White. So the team that eliminated Augusta University will finally be taken out by UT Tyler. Asheville comes through. They are able to get the high ground. Disoriented with the P20. Hunting for this last member. Don't know if they're going to be able to find them. As Floofy gets some knocks in the kill feed as well. UNCW Ocean, one of the leading kill totals of the lobby, are going to be eliminated early there in 15th. A finish onto RCSM Jackboy there. Jackie Boy. Oriented with another knock. Eva Spam is going to get the knock. This is Indiana, so Zarloft is getting walked down the stairs. A finish actually coming in from UT Tyler's Revenant. Yikes, the BM is apparent with this one, as they are now the kill leader and 13 squads are left. We'll stay on board with them as they continue their reign of terror after eliminating UTD Comets. I say it, eliminate. Oh, and UTD Comets actually get a free mythical supply bin spawn, so Rips is going to be able to get that. What does it give him? 2 gold Evas and a gold G2, not to mention the bow check if they decide to take it. Not a bad haul for them whatsoever. So the 2 top dogs continue hunting here as we approach ring 3. .86 there on the initial G7 shots. They take the Void Nexus, but UT Tyler are not fooled. 55 to the body there as well on the way out. good comms. They knew where one was. Didn't get lost. Catalyst wall actually comes through. Wow, somehow Remnant's able to see through the Catalyst wall. I think solved the shield was cracked, so it had some shots on that. Grenobi gets a 2 knocks in the kill feed as well. Member of the duo going absolutely insane, eliminating ERAU by himself, basically. The duo, Grenobi and Lonely, holding their own, as UT Tyler has a member go down and get finished. Another member gets knocked as well, so now it's Jonkler, the only one up, as they are now getting sandwiched from RIT Black. The finish comes through as Bowser gets some more kills and UTD Comets putting in work as Jonkler will be a remaining solo here for UT Tyler. Indiana's solo, speaking of solos, is getting gate kept pretty hard by RIT here. Finally gets killed, so that's Indiana and Mavericks going down as well. More shots from RIT getting onto Jonkler there. Gets the shield crack as well. I didn't even realize you could shoot through that mesh. That's brutal for them. Parsnips with the P20 wants to go ahead and finish this. Eliminates second place. Secure top 10 finish. But gets absolutely melted by a third party. Is going to have to Ashhold away from that. This is CSU LA Black.
Marked my next location.
RIT have pretty much recovered after that, and they are currently the kill leaders here in the lobby. As UT Tyler finally gets eliminated, Jonkler getting killed by Eclipse with the P20s.
Go here.
Watch it. Enemy there.
Marked my next location.
UU White's still alive. I thought they were eliminated a while ago. Finally, they get taken out as RMU Colonials spots the solo out. Was able to do some decent damage with the G7 before getting taken out, but it's not going to be enough. CSU LA Black now facing the Wrath. A boat goes binted. I believe this is UCSD Navy. They have to take the... Oh, and Luffy actually isn't able to connect to the Void Portal. Gets a kill in zone, but is going to get eliminated by CSU LA Black. What a fumble from Navy. I thought they had that kill in the bag. Instead, they don't. 4 EVA 8 shots here as Rayu on the Ash was finally able to escape as UTD was able to get some kills there. Grenobi is currently fighting UTD Comets. Only gets taken out, and Bowser eliminates Lonely. UWSP, the duo, finally eliminated as UTD Comets now continuing their first place run. Free shots for the G7 from Drips as this team is rotating into final zone. 7 squads left here in game 5. Those are going to be great nades if they're able to land. They are. Huge damage. And here comes the push. Bowser comes in first. Troubleshoot comes in. 108 from the PK. Drips takes out UCF Knights Academy himself. 2 members up. Bowser coming in with the bow check. Seeing Jexel with the bow check. Bowser with the Eva, and UCF Academy will get taken care of. Here comes RIT. Gets the knock onto Bowser, though, and is also going to get third party. There are so many fights happening all in one spot right now. Bowser is somehow able to Ash ult away. Got rezzed by Drips the Newcastle. So they are able to get a reset here. Catwall comes down. And RIT Black, they're going to have to fight this. They have great positioning in zone. They need to defend it. Oh, huge bow shot. I think this is a solo. R6 is going to go down. So is J-Hoop. And CSU LA Black will go eliminated as the last solo was there. UTD Comets continuing to rack up more kills while RIT resets. The UTD Comets, Jexel with Red Evo, is continuing to farm. The bow check lethal in their hands. Oh, those are just free shots. Free kills. Void Portal to kind of help with the rotation, but it really doesn't do much. That's going to be another knock there for Jexel as Bowser gets another one. ERAU eliminated. Caught out on rotation again. Here comes RIT. Fighting this top 3 remaining squad, but UTD Comets is here with the third party. As it's RMU Colonials as the third remaining squad. Newcastle ult jumps in. RIT Black does go down, so now it's just RMU. And UTD is going to all but wrap this up. An absolutely dominant series performance from the Comets as they finish well ahead of the entire rest of the lobby in first place. I believe that's 3 out of the 6 games go to UTD. And they want that last chance qualification spot for champs all to themselves. Augusta University basically got 0 points that game. So not too upset with UTD continuing their dominance because they were already ahead of us in the leaderboard. We'll have to see if that shakes up the standings whatsoever. Let's take a look. They finished that game with 19 kills. Insane stuff. My goodness. RIT somewhat close to them with 9. Not really, but UT Tyler 10 kills as well. So 3 squads getting basically half of the kills in the entire lobby. Augusta University going out in 16th with 0. With that, let's take a look at the overstat here. So we will see the final standings here after game 6. Augusta University stays in 6th place, top 10 finish. They are going to have 40 points, which is right where we were at, and average placing of 7.7 and 18 kills. So right, pretty much neck and neck with Maverick, Apex there. But UNCW Ocean, RIT, UT Tyler, and UTD Comets, absolutely dominant. 2.8 average placing from UTD Comets. 81 kills. 81. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. 360 still showing up, though, in the top damage. Finishes top 3, top 5 in kills. Not going to be their best survival time after getting eliminated so early on in that game 6. Let's see here. Yes, so that was final game. So, chat. Augusta University Apex has done it. They have finished in the top 10 here in the LCQ quarterfinals. And we will be seeing them compete again next Saturday in the semifinals. They'll have to reach top 10 again if they want to get back into the finals, or they'll need to be in the top 2 to secure a spot in the championships. GG's to all the members that played in today's group. Great stuff from Augusta University Apex. They started off really hot and they stayed consistent. Unfortunately, the last few games weren't as consistent, but that was our first time playing E-District in the season, so not a lot of practice on that one. You can definitely tell they probably are their least comfortable one, especially with how compact it is. I mean, non-stop action, non-stop team fights, and third parties are a huge concern. So just learning those rotation patterns is going to be absolutely critical going into these next series. Without further ado, I've been your host, Noah Bowers. Thanks for spending your Saturday with me and watching some Collegiate Apex. It was a blast. GG's to UTD Comments, who went absolutely nuclear. My gosh. I completely took over the lobby. The skill gap was heavily apparent. But I'll see you guys next week, not here on this channel, but on the twitch.tv/peachbelt channel, where we will be seeing our varsity League of Legends and varsity Valorant rosters compete for the Peach Belt Conference Championship. The League of Legends team won it 2 semesters ago when they were part of the B division. Valorant has never won the PBC Championship. Now League of Legends is in the A division and is entering in, should be as the 3 seed. Once we get those confirmations, we'll be sure to post it on the Instagram. So be tuned to our YouTube and Instagram for updates on those performances. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys next time.